going on? My name is Otto Von Clutch. That is O-double-T-O, baby. And as always, this is episode 13 of You Ought to Know. We have the very, very special co-host, the man of the hour, my father, Tombstone Jesus.
What's happening, Tombstoners?
What's going on, everybody? How's everyone doing
in.
out there? Absolutely, bro, man. Thank you for joining us, guys. Thank you out there on YouTube. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Let's get this thing going, guys. We're going to be talking about pro wrestling today. We're going to be talking about the AEW pay-per-view coming up tomorrow, Sting's last match. We're going to talk about this new documentary. Let's just dive right into that. The first thing we're going to talk about is the new documentary out there that DDP put out, Tombstone. Did you watch that?
I did.
And I believe it was called It was Buff Bagwell and
Scotty Riggs.
Yes. And my goodness, what an inspirational story that was. Put everything aside of whatever anyone's personal feelings are about these guys. I mean, it's a really cool story, man. It's good to see that Buff Bagwell has gotten some growth and, he's learned from his past and just what an honor for Diamond Dallas Page. So there's a thing in the WWE and they call it the Warrior Award. And they do that during the Hall of Fame every year. They've been doing that, I know, since Ultimate Warrior passed away. I feel like Diamond Dallas Page is possibly in line for that. You know what I mean? He's helped so many guys in this business, Tombstone.
Absolutely. I was going to bring up the same point, Otto. I mean, dude, you start naming the people off that were, on their way to the grave. I mean, the
Butterbean.
Success. What's that?
He took care of Butterbean, man. Yeah. Butterbean also was also in the recovery house with Buff Bagwell. And during that documentary, we'll discuss that a little bit right now, that in the beginning, the first 5 minutes, it's a 22-minute documentary. So if you're out there, go check it out on YouTube. And the first, 5 minutes, it kind of shows, Buff in the light that he was when he was in his battle with addiction. And, he was arrogant. He was an asshole.
All his glory.
He thought he was still in WCW and all this. And he wasn't humbled yet. And, of course, Diamond Dallas Page, worked his magic, man, and surrounded him with a team of individuals that really just made him shine bright, bro. So, congrats to him. And I think they showed in the documentary he was 200 days clean. And then he reached out to his tag partner, Scotty Riggs, who
That's the part I really dug.
Dude, the guy, foreclosed on his house, out on his luck, living in his car. You know what I mean? And then, he was a good brother and brought him in, and looked out for him. And it was
I like the part where Bagwell was like, he kept saying he wanted to come, but he had bald tires on his car.
Right.
And how many times in life does something like that stop somebody, where it's just like, I'd like to, but, and thank God that they got him in the house there. Because talk about a transition, that before and after picture of Scotty Riggs is amazing.
Yeah, it really was amazing. And, it was just a cool documentary, and it looks like, Diamond Dallas Page, once again, has worked his magic, and he should possibly, hopefully get, some sort of recognition down the line for everything he's done and contribute to these guys. But I think, he doesn't need recognition. Everyone, he knows what he's done, so that's what's most important.
The shape that Riggs got in the marathon, talking about that muscle memory, and that's a real deal, bro, and you'll find that out. Hopefully you'll never lose any muscle, but
absolutely. I know what that's all about.
It comes a lot easier the second time around. Right. And he got in phenomenal shape, man. And once he got his grill fixed, that dude was an entirely different individual walking the planet at that point. It was beautiful to see.
What's up, Sean?
What's up, big man?
Hey, thanks for tuning in, brother.
Nice. Facebook's working.
Another thing I kind of want to mention, too, that we actually should have kicked off the show mentioning this. we did lose two professional wrestlers, two great entertainers this week. We had the loss of the great Virgil. He was 61 years old, passed away. And then we also had Ole Anderson pass away, which actually was kind of ironic because I remember about a month and a half ago, before we even started this podcast, I remember me and you had a conversation about Mr. Anderson, Ole Anderson. And my goodness, just how much of a straight shooter he was, you know what I mean? And he was not liked by the workers because he was, he was a booker also, how you said. And
he was no bullshit.
Right, dude? Absolutely. So that was
he was not always the most popular guy. You know what age he was by chance?
We can look that up real quick. Possibly I could look it up real fast on my phone.
Check that out for me. Hey, I'll be right back. I'll see you in about 10, 20 seconds, Tombstoners.
Oh, gosh, guys. So Tombstone's taking off real quick, but we do have don't be sad. Don't be sad. He'll be right back. So we do have a special guest coming on today. We're going to be joined by possibly hopefully a reoccurring guest. He's going to be kind of like a wrestling guy. He's going to be a wrestling guy that's going to give us more perspective. What's going on, guys? Hey, is this live? This is 100% live, Edward. Tombstone Jesus, he had to go take a little tombstone pee because he had to go pee-pee, and he had to go do his thing. So he'll be right back in 30 seconds. Hopefully he washes his hands. But besides the fact of that, this is live, Edward. Thank you so much for joining us. Any questions you guys have, please let me and Tombstone Jesus have it. We're here this evening. We're going to be on for at least another 45 minutes. That's right, bro. Right on, brother. Right on. Sean, I'm not going to miss y'all's show. Thanks, man. We appreciate that, Sean. You're a badass, dude. So we are going to have a longtime wrestling fan, Tyrone, show up. He's going to help us with breaking down. We're going to discuss AEW Revolution. And we're going to discuss Sting's last match. We're going to go over all the matches. We're going to give our predictions tonight. So, it absolutely was a sad loss to the wrestling world. And Virgil, I felt like people always dogged on Virgil, you know what I mean? And it's like, I don't know, man. Life's too short to be rude to people. We all got to uplift each other and produce positivity, you know what I mean? Try to help each other out. There's no need to talk down on each other. And it's just a bummer, you know what I mean? It really is. It's sad. I know he was battling with dementia and whatnot. And Tombstone is back. Tombstone is gone. Folks, it is a wild night, but we're going to get through this. It's not going to be a big deal. My son and I saw this, so we are here. That's what I'm talking about, Edward. What's going on?
I'm back, brother. Sorry about that. Edward, right on.
Him and his son are on here, bro, so it's a positive thing, man. We like that, father and son.
So before I had to get off there, tell me, we're back on the subject of Ole Anderson and Virgil passing, and that was just today and yesterday, I want to say.
I believe Ole passed away first, then Virgil second, and that was a couple days ago. I know it happened, like when you were over here working the other day. He was. It happened during then, I believe.
Dang.
So yeah, dude, it's a another loss in the wrestling world. But just kind of a lesson I was kind of saying when you were gone there, Tombstone, is people kind of talked a lot of crap on Virgil. Always kind of talk shit. There was a website out there, excuse my language, that basically was a website, I believe it was like thelonelyvirgil.com, and it was just a whole bunch of pictures of Virgil at like Olive Garden or set up at a Subway signing autographs or at a Walmart. And what I was kind of saying is it's just like, hopefully we could all learn from the loss of that. It's just like, to treat each other better and not like talk down on each other. And who knows, man, like how I said, that guy passed away battling dementia, early stages, you know what I mean? And so it's out there. It's a bummer, man. Virgil didn't get to do much.
He'll be on the dark side.
Potential. Well, think about it. He did get to show some potential. He was on WrestleMania. So the fact that someone like Virgil or anyone at any level, anyone that is a professional wrestler out there, they will tell you that is the ultimate goal. That is the finish line. If it's not going to be, AEW All Out, or if it's going to be whatever it is in your mind, it's going to be a high-level show. Virgil was on a WrestleMania, so you got to give it that. I mean, he was able to show us some potential. It's a bummer, though. Yeah, I marked when he turned on Ted DiBiase.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I was just going to bring that up. I mean, he was a big part of that whole $1 Million Man deal.
Right.
And Virgil contributed to that quite a bit.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
I know.
Hey, Edward, how was that? Chime in on that show, that STF. Tell us how you liked it, buddy.
Anyone who got to that level had to show the right people he was good. And that's absolutely right. That's what we were basically trying to say. And then did anyone catch Eric Bischoff is coming out saying that he botched Rey Mysterio's unmasking. He was on Conrad on his podcast, and he was talking about how he kind of missed an opportunity when they unmasked Mysterio. And how was that, Tombstone? I know you were watching WCW. You're a massive WCW fan, Mark.
Yeah.
What was it like watching Rey Mysterio get unmasked?
It was a trip, especially, once you seen that baby face on him. It was shocking.
Right.
Yeah. But I mean, to me, it was cool. It's almost like Kiss. They always knew at some point they could take the makeup off. And for them to do that with Rey Mysterio, that was a little early for me. You know what I mean?
I feel you. I had to marinate a little more.
I think so. But
that was one thing.
Was that Bischoff's point?
You can go watch the clip. It's a 9-minute clip. He talks kind of the point, he was making. It just wasn't they didn't use Rey in the right opportunity after the fact, or they should have built it to be more importance, to make it mean something even more, make it a big deal. That's what he was saying basically. But yeah, bro. And then can we just discuss something, please? Because I think the viewers out there, everyone, thank you so much on YouTube. Just this past month alone, we're already at 100+ hours from our viewers watching. So we really want to thank you guys out there on YouTube. Tombstone, can you please tell me the story again about you at the WCW Nitro in Salt Lake City? Do you want to discuss this? Yeah. Do you want to? If you don't, we don't have to. But
oh no, man, that was so Nitro came to Salt Lake. Right. And it ended up it was the E Center back then, the Maverick Center. All my Salt Lake people know what I'm talking about. And it was a live Monday Nitro. And man, I missed work, went and stood in line at the Smith Ticks and got me some tickets. And I was just stoked. And I was so pumped up to see this deal. I had a big, Star Spangled Banner Dr. Seuss hat I actually wore into that thing. And I had a shirt on that said, it looked like a Burger King shirt, but instead it said whoop ass. Okay. And then on the back it said, you'll have it my way. And I was just, as pumped as could be. So I had a buddy who came with me. Basically, this is the drinking days, by the way.
Man.
Yeah, this is the drinking days. So I got in there and, man, we were able to walk right up to the front till finally the security had enough of that. But I was standing like 2 rows deep watching the wrestling go on. And it was Goldberg's first match ever. And so I was right there, like standing 2 rows away. And I saw Goldberg take on Hugh Morris. Hugh Morris was his name, and humorous was like his gimmick.
Was Hugh Morris the guy that was the trainer over there at NXT?
Yeah. Yes. Oh, yeah.
I believe he trained Cal Jack.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Dude was a big guy, and all of a sudden Goldberg comes in. We've never even seen Goldberg before. And I remember looking at him going, wow, man, check this guy out. And he jackhammered Hugh Morris in no time and just squashed him. And they got up and raised his hand, and none of us even knew who the fuck he was. And that was the beginning of the streak. That was the beginning of Goldberg's, 500 match win streak or whatever the hell it was. And
No, you're totally beating around the bushes behind me, bro. Come on, get to the good stuff. Get to the.
Well, I had to let you know about the fact that it was Goldberg's first match. Okay?
So let me discuss that real quick. So how is it that you were able to? Now I'm trying to play devil's advocate here. How are you able to walk in a sold out arena all the way to the front? Were you just Tombstone Jesus it, like just walking through like move? This is my day. Like what? Like.
Yeah, that was me back then. Literally, I was holding my beer while I kissed your girlfriend. That was me day in and day out, dude. And I lived by my own rules. And that Tombstone character, a lot of that comes from me in that time period in my life, okay?
Okay, gotcha.
And same thing. They're like, hey, dude, you can't stand here. And I'm like, well, who's going to make me go sit? And I'll get a couple more security guys come over and get me to sit down. I mean, at this time in Tombstone's drinking days, I got kicked out almost everywhere I went.
Gotcha.
Like I got kicked out of more places. If there was an event, usually by the end of the event, I've done something and I'm on my way out. You know what I mean? And so it was getting near like the second to the end match. And I kept standing up on my seat. My seats were about 8 seats back.
Okay.
I kept standing on my seat, and all these people behind me were like, hey, we didn't pay, sit down. We didn't pay $10 to see your ass. And I'd turn around and tell them, fuck you. I didn't pay fucking $50 to sit in my chair. If you wanted to sit down, you should have fucking stayed home and watched this shit on TV.
All right, let's all right. Very, very colorful language right now.
Sorry, kids. Sorry, kids.
There was like you just dropped 10 swear words in like 2 minutes.
So finally, it's like Conan has Booker T in the corner.
Okay, so now we're at Booker T's match with Conan. This is not Goldberg's match no more. You're on the 8th row.
Now we're like second to the last match, and I'm really hoping to see DDP. He ended up not being at that show, but we're like second to the last match, and we've seen most of the stars. Hadn't seen DDP, hadn't seen the Giant Paul White, who I was hoping to see.
Right.
And here Booker T is getting it from Conan in the corner. And I just can't take it anymore. I'm standing on my chair again, and I chuck my beer. And right before they go to the commercial, my beer comes in there and basically hits Conan right in the head. Conan, Booker T, hits them both. Beer goes flying everywhere. We rewatched it when we got home, and it made the film right before they cut to the thing. So now here comes security. Here comes security. Here comes security. They're all coming. Hey, buddy, you're done. My time's done.
So before security comes to you, what happens in the ring? Do they really sell it? They get hit. Does Conan and Booker T like look out to the audience, or do you think at that time?
Back then, it was very common in the last match. Like Hogan and them would be spray painting NWO on people, and people would throw shit in the ring like you wouldn't believe. Back in those old Nitro days, at the end of the show, there was shit being thrown in the ring all the time. The beers that just come in the cups. Those guys were getting a lot of heat back then.
Right. We got these questions are kind of piling up here. Let's go through some of this real quick. It's not going to be in numeric order, but hey, was Scott Steiner the main event that night?
He might have been. That's the problem is I didn't make it to the main event. They kicked me out. But I shit you not, dude, as the cops were escorting me out of the building, I looked up and started doing the DDP shit. And this other guy I knew came and started taking pictures, and I was getting a bigger pop than half them wrestlers.
You mark.
They put me in the back, and I ended up being the first person kicked out of the East Center.
Ooh, exciting. Yeah. The first guy, 86 from the East Center. Scott Steiner was the main event. Sean was there. He said it was a historic night. Hey, SLC
you guys remember seeing my beer?
Hey, SLC rocks. I saw the live show with my brother in a wheelchair, so we were front row. Probably not the same show? Very interesting.
I loved you. Oh, they came again, but that was the first time they came. Absolutely.
I had my son's
Goldberg's
mom
first
take
match.
him, and they had a great time. Bad Man kept their belts, and it was got bloody.
That's the STF.
Oh, yes. There you go. Check that out. Let's see. So it was a good show. That's awesome, Edward. Awesome.
Yeah. We're going to get Darren on here pretty quick. You don't know it yet, but.
Oh, I mean, we're going to get over to STF, and Darren will get on here, and we're going to have a good old time.
That's good. Glad to hear it was a good show, Edward.
Oh, Jordan, bro. What's up, Jordan? Yo, Tombstone Jesus is the best. Give the belt to that man. Tombstoners for life.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, bro. Jordan, thank you for joining in, bro. We appreciate it, dude. Badass.
Hell yeah. Hey, on the subject of belts, I got a little something to say I'm stoked about. I was going to tell you about this, Otto. Whitehead, my lead guitarist, my partner in crime when it comes to music, his dad was Mr. Utah in 1950.
So what does that mean? What does Mr. Utah entail? I have explained that to someone
Just
that doesn't
like
know.
Arnold Schwarzenegger back in 1950.
Okay.
Mr. USA, they had the States too, Mr. Utah. They still have a Mr. Utah every year. It's a bodybuilding show.
Okay, I don't get hot. I'm just asking a question.
I'm not getting hot. I'm just excited because Whitehead called me and sent me a picture, but his dad's given me his old weight belt, dude. It's like 5/16 thick.
Yeah.
It's just badass, and it's like a piece of weightlifting history. So, Jordan, I'm getting a belt. It's a little different, but I'll have it on the show. It's badass.
What kind of weight? You're getting an actual physical wrestling belt for yourself?
It's a weightlifting belt for doing heavy squats and shit.
I just got to get you hot a little bit, bro. I got to get you pissed a little bit.
You're always pushing my buttons.
You're literally getting mad. Like, I can see you getting more mad. It's great. Yes, brother. I do remember that beer. I think was 4 rows behind you.
Oh shit. I don't know. He might have been telling me to sit down, but I would have remembered Sean's size. I bet he remembers me. The cops all took me in the back, and I broke away from them for just a little bit. I'm not kidding you. The whole upper place just started popping like crazy.
Now that you are smarter, you're not so
drunk all the time.
Dude, like, that's not a good idea.
No.
Like, that's not a good idea to try to put yourself in the show. All the fans out there, do not try to put yourself in the show.
No.
That's not good. That's not good.
That's drunk Tombstone Jesus shit.
We're going to break some walls. Let's break some walls right now, because guess what, guys? We like to break walls, and we like to get Tombstone a little mad. So I'm going to break a wall here. There was a guy that used to tell Tombstone all the time, I won't even say what he would say because I don't want to put the guy over. But there was this guy that would say something in the audience, and it would really get Tombstone mad. And now look at it, man. Imagine someone throwing a beer at your head, bro. You would have been freaking pissed.
Oh, yeah.
You would have killed someone. Salud! Yeah, it's Saturday night, man. We're all going to have a little sip of some vino.
Salud, Christopher Davis. There's a great musician right there. We're going to have to, Chris, I'm going to get some of you musicians, my fellow brothers, on the show here and talk about. He's got a badass band called Sugarbone. Check him out there.
Oh, Sugarbone, bro. Let's give a little shout out right now to Sugarbone. Coming to you live from KWTY.
He's got shred. I mean, you can appreciate it too, Otto.
Yeah, bro. Christopher, this past week I went to a show right here. I live in Las Vegas. So I went down to the Virgin Hotel Casino and saw Living Color. They play the song for people that out there that don't know. Cult of Personality, CM Punk. I'm such a Mizark that I went down there and paid the $110 for me and Ref Amber to go and check it out just to hear really that one song. But, dude, I tell you what, that guitarist, amazing, bro.
Christopher, they opened up for Extreme. Extreme was the main.
Yeah, bro.
Was the headliner, if you can believe that. But
very odd. Very odd.
Some talented. Chris can appreciate that for sure.
Mr. Utah Bodybuilding.
Yep.
You already know, bro.
Yeah, Dr. Grunick. That's Whitehead's dad, Dr. Grunick, man. The dude's like almost 100 years old.
And he's still alive.
Badass, dude. Badass.
Legendary.
Whitehead's grandpa was like a boxing champion. Whitehead was a Golden Glove champ.
Really? My grandfather, my great-grandfather, he was a boxer in Salt Lake City. He was a Golden Gloves boxer in Salt Lake. In the year, I believe it was like the 30s to the 50s. I got to get more information on that. But my great-grandfather was a professional boxer. He was a featherweight, but he was a champion, bro. So, you know.
That's
just
badass.
saying. No, he was a badass, bro. Like, you know, my grandfather,
that champion, just kind of do something.
Yeah, dude, absolutely. My grandfather that passed away, you met my grandpa Jack. That was his dad. That was the boxing champion. And then my grandpa Jack was like a fucking gymnast, bro. He would do like moonsaults and fucking backflips, all that crazy shit. Sorry, we're swearing again. We can't do that here.
That's where it comes from, huh?
Yeah, bro. That's where some of it comes from. God bless sobriety. That's right, bro. Absolutely. And that's what we were talking about earlier, just how Buff Bagwell, you know, I mean, my goodness.
Yeah.
Dude. Did you see his leg? Did you see Buff Bagwell's leg?
That was gnarly.
Dude, it was rough, bro. I felt so bad.
Won't heal while you're strung out on stuff. And that was crazy. No, anybody out there has an issue and can get sober and better their lives, man. It's inspiring as hell. So that drinking story I just told, you know, I got a lot of silly stories from my drinking days.
Right.
But I haven't drank in almost 23, 24 years now. So I can relate with Buff, and I can relate with Scott, and I can relate with all of those guys. And it's like you're kind of cliche, but you're almost reborn a new person, you know. When I quit drinking, two things I noticed right off the bat is my stomach got thinner and my wallet got fatter. And
absolutely.
I mean, you know, that was just on its own, you know. So yeah, anyone out there is struggling, man, more power to you.
No doubt, man. It's a difficult world out there. So, dude, Sean, he says, so I'm moving back up to Portland. I'm going to a wrestling school to learn to be a manager and brush off some ring rust. So I believe, if I'm thinking right, you might be going to the wrestling school of some cats that I know called was it Midnight Heat? Is that the cats that you're going to go train with? Let us know in the comments. Interested in knowing what school you're going to in Portland.
You'd be a great manager, man. I mean, having you anywhere around that ring is.
How old is Sean, Tombstone?
What's that?
How old is he?
Yeah, you know, I don't think he's as old as I am, but.
Well, hell, dude. I mean, dude, dinosaurs are up there to your age. I'm not.
He's old as shit. So that makes him like 10, 15 years younger than me.
He's 51 years old.
Oh, bro, older than I thought. Still younger than I, though.
And that's one thing I feel that wrestling right now, we were actually kind of going off topic, but I kind of like that he had that comment. That's kind of what's missing right now in pro wrestling, in my opinion, is these managers. That is something that really has always interested me. You know, how I said in the past episodes, like, get in where you fit in. Doesn't matter where it's at in professional wrestling. There's going to be need for you. Like, I don't mind being a character, and if it's just for this one little spot, like, I love it. Whatever job I have, I want to be the best that I could possibly be in that position. And so professional wrestling managers, I feel like that's a void right now. You know, there are some out there, and maybe we'll do a whole episode on managers, because that'd be a fun topic to BS about. But yeah, I feel like that would be something that I would love to do too in the future. And being 51 years old, go to the wrestling school, get your peers respect by, you know, going to training, because training is so important. A lot of these guys want to fly by night, not go to training. So go to training, get the respect of your peers. And yeah, man, I mean, 51 years old, yeah, it's not too late, bro.
Not for
especially as a manager.
Hell no. Plus with his acting skills and everything else. And just his immense size. I mean, he could work a lot of fun spots with him being a manager. Because, I mean, a wrestler could literally just run into him and they're going to bounce off. And it's going to be believable.
No doubt, right?
Yeah.
No, absolutely. So that's pretty awesome, man. Hey, Tombstone, we have one of your friends, Hazel. Hi, Tombstone.
That's Edward's son, man, the little drummer, Hansel.
Hazel.
Yeah, he'll be drumming with us soon. Otto plays bass, man. I mean, this kid's at the School of Rock, and he's getting talented. I can only imagine how good he'll be when he's 16. You know.
So he's at the actual School of Rock over there that they have.
In Salt Lake,
School of Rock.
Yeah,
nice, bro.
He's getting trained by the professionals at
and
a young age. Music is in his blood, like his dad's, and they're both huge wrestling fans. But yeah, I'm excited to see what type of drummer he'll be just in another 3 or 4 years.
No doubt, no doubt. Well, you know, we do have a special guest coming on here in a little bit. Hopefully, he makes it on tonight. He is going to be kind of hopefully a new addition to the show. Tyrone will be on here. He should be getting on pretty soon, I would think. But we can kind of dive in now to the pay-per-view that's coming tomorrow. We do have Sting's final match. Tombstone, bro. It's Sting's final match tomorrow, man. Wow. So I kind of like, dude, like I don't get the itch to buy pay-per-views. I don't get the itch to consume the product in that way of like spending money. Like if it's on the network, yes, I'm watching every PLE on the network. But this pay-per-view, bro, has me very intrigued. I'm going to pay the $50. I'm going to watch the pay-per-view tomorrow night, and exclusively live on YouTube, I'm going to do a watch-along. So that's right, guys. You'll be able to tune in tomorrow night, and you're going to have commentating Otto Von Clutch. I'm going to basically be spilling my thoughts, my emotions, my feelings of what's happening live as the pay-per-view unfolds. I don't know if I'm going to make it through the whole pay-per-view, but if not, I'll make sure it's halfway through the pay-per-view, and I'll definitely be talking about Sting's final match. I'm really, really excited about this thing. I think, you know, they actually built it up pretty well. And I remember in that transition of being homeless to moving into Vegas, we were staying at a hotel. I remember in St. George, Utah. We were working out. You came over to work out that evening, I'm pretty sure. Or if not, you were on the phone, and I remember on the fucking TV, Sting came out like for the first time. I think it was like they said like December 3rd, 2020, you know, and that was pretty surreal, bro, to see freaking, you know, Sting.
Yeah, I think we were
working out, right?
While we were pumping iron at the hotel.
Yeah, we were pumping iron at the
hotel.
Life
of a wrestler.
Yes, and we just got done smoking a little doobie in the back, came in, and we're like, what the hell? Sting's on the TV. So I'm kind of excited to see Sting's last match. I don't know what everyone else thinks, but let's kind of go through some of these matches that are going to happen tomorrow night and kind of get Tombstone's, feeling on those.
Well, and then, a little more detail on Sting's last match. The opponent is.
Well, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Come on, bro. See, and that's what I love about this is you don't even know the matches. So we'll go through these matches. They're not going to be in the order that they're supposed to be on TV, but here we go. We're going to start off at 0 Hour. So at 0 Hour, we have Chris Statlander and Willow Nightingale versus Julia Hart and Sky Blue. And Sky Blue is actually Black Swan's opponent.
Yeah, yes, I saw that. I like her a lot. I like all four of these gals.
And speaking of managers, there you have a manager right there behind Chris Statlander. And I apologize to that manager. I do not know his name. And that's why we need this very, very special guest that's going to come on. We need him because I guarantee you he'll be like, oh, that's He'll know exactly who these cats are.
He's an expert. I really like Willow. It's been fun watching her progress.
You know, this is something that maybe me and Tombstone, would you be down tomorrow night, Tombstone, just to watch the 0 Hour? We could even do a watch along to the free show that's on YouTube. That might be even fun to do, bro. Like, seriously.
I'll come in on the show. I'd love to.
And that would be exclusively on our YouTube. We're going to push just for YouTube, I feel like, on that type of situation.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. What's another match we have going on here? We have FTR versus John Moxley and freaking good old Cesaro, man.
Okay, so Moxley and Cesaro, that should be one of our type of matches there. That could be close
a great
to
match, bro.
An Otto Von Clutch Tombstone Jesus beatdown.
I mean, that's how I was trained. I got into this business 2014. For people that don't realize that are tuning in on YouTube, thank you guys so much. Please like and subscribe. But I was trained in 2014 under WWE Hall of Famer Rikishi. And I was put in in a tag team. That was it. Me and Maverick, my tag team partner, Maverick, that I love so dearly. He's a great person. Hopefully we'll get him on the podcast soon. Just got to keep pulling his leg. But, dude, tag teams are that's my favorite thing. I love tag team matches, the psychology of it. FTR, my goodness. What a great tag team. Whatever's happened in there, the one guy got in trouble for whatever he got in trouble for. We won't even discuss it, but yada, 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 pulling a gun out and whatnot. But at the end of the day, bro, very interesting.
Badass workers, man.
Badass workers, bro. I think that definitely it's something that.
So Claudio, or he's always
Claudio, yes.
to me. That dude is a real life badass.
So I trained with the guy named. I'm going to botch his name. I think it was the Perfect Sensation. He was a wrestler from Florida. He was trained by Afa and Sika at WXW. He came over to Knox Pro, and he was just for maybe 2 or 3 months. He was kind of helping the students out. But I remember one thing that he said. There's these things when you go to wrestling school, there's going to be certain things for whatever reason, they'll just stick in your mind. I don't know. There's just certain things that certain students or teachers will tell you and you'll just remember. So I remember him telling me oh, dude, Cesaro, the strongest dude ever. Doesn't matter how heavy the guy is. That dude is strong as hell. So that just stuck in my mind. He's a very strong guy. And of course, what is his movie? Freaking swings people around all crazy.
Yeah, pound for pound, man. That dude is so strong.
So that should be a really cool match, bro.
Yes.
Following
that should be a bruising match. There will be marks left on flesh.
Oh, well, you just said that, so we're going to skip on over to this match. We had Eddie Kingston versus Daniel Bryanson, dude.
Yeah.
Bryan Danielson. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah.
I botched that a little bit. It's okay. I keep thinking about Daniel. Yeah, you know what I mean. But, yeah, dude, so that right there, that should be a match. If you're not familiar with Eddie Kingston's work, Tombstone, that dude leaves marks. And, of course, Daniel Bryan has been kind of under the spotlight recently on different podcasts out there. Different wrestlers are just I remember, I think I know Disco Inferno has said it, and I believe also Stevie Richards, where they're just uneasy watching his matches because he's so reckless. They say, hey, I believe we have another guest in the studio. Folks, I'm excited. I'm going to introduce everyone to a man that doesn't really need an introduction, but he does because you cats don't know who he is, but you're going to know who he is. We have added to the stage Tyrone, my man. How are you, bro?
Tyrone.
Dude, thank you so much.
Bong, what's going on, dude? Hey, Tombstone Jesus in the building. Otto Von Clutch.
Again, bro.
Wow, it is an honor to be on here, dude. Oh, Lord. Oh,
Dude,
it's a pleasure seeing y'all
coming
again,
on.
too. Oh, man. How's it been? How's it hanging, man?
It's going really good, man. We really appreciate you joining us tonight,
y'all having me.
bro.
I'm just really figuring out this.
Figuring out your whole platform and all that.
Hell yeah. Hell motherfucking yeah.
There you go, man.
Bro.
The Nova Vegas. I've been talking about Nova Vegas since I come here.
Yeah.
What's up?
Go right ahead. Go right
I
ahead.
still got my championship belt.
There you go.
For everybody that wants to know, my name is T-Rail. Otto knows me from 2 years, for 3 years now. I've been out here for Vegas
say almost
since
4.
2021.
Yeah.
I'm working
At
up
Hogs
there,
and Heifers?
Well, you
I
know,
was security guard.
Hogs and Heifers. Hey, look, that's how we. Yep, security at Hogs and Heifers, and we fantasy booked Cody Rhodes coming to the WWE, and it literally happened exactly the way we booked it. I was like, when WrestleMania 33 happened, I was like, oh, you have got to wait. No, I'm not. That's 38. Wait, we in 40, right?
Yeah.
Oh Lord, it's been a long day at work. Y'all gotta excuse me. Just got off of work. But
No, we appreciate you coming on,
yeah.
bro.
Oh man, I appreciate y'all for having me. So I mean, what y'all talking about? What's the topic? This is all
So
new
right
to
now,
me.
we're
So
just
like,
gonna go
pay-per-view,
into
man. You're just in time.
just in time.
What
Actually,
pay-per-view?
we're running through the card real quick for AEW tomorrow night. Are you gonna watch AEW tomorrow night?
I'm gonna try to, but I have to work.
It
But
seems
one thing
last.
I always do, what I always do is I got watch pro wrestling, like the stream. So I'll probably be
Okay.
trying to watch it. Then I haven't really been keeping much into. I haven't really been keeping up with AEW like talk about. You know, I heard Sting had his retirement match last week or something like that.
No, Tyrone, it's
You
happening
know,
tomorrow night.
really, I mean, this whole WWE's.
You bleed WWE just
So
like me,
what we
my
got?
man. I know you do.
I know, bro. Like it's hard. Like I was into it for a little bit, but like I mean, I
Yeah.
don't know what they're doing with Adam Copeland. Like it's like
Talk to us. This is what we
WWE, bro.
want.
Like I mean,
Tell us,
using it
baby.
all,
Tell
bro.
us.
Fuck The Rock, you know, being a double agent and shit.
Oh man.
Fucking Rock being a double agent and shit. He gonna fucking sell out Roman Reigns night one to WrestleMania. We gonna see that. No, no. I actually watched the Busted Open podcast when they talked about with Bully and when I'm talking about how they should have booked it. Um
Yeah.
when The Rock was taking Roman Cody Rhodes spots, bro, I was like, man, that's fucked up. How you just gonna do that, bro? Your head executive, executive at TKO. You know, Vince McMahon got his scandal going on. You got your name back. Oh, let me insert myself in the WrestleMania match. No. I don't really see that shit. But this long-term storyline that they had booked, it was Cody was going to lose at WrestleMania, and it was going to be like something where they would have had the Roman Reigns keep the belt into Survivor Series, and in Survivor Series is going to be in Madison Square Garden. If you follow the story, that's where that's where Dusty Rhodes supposedly won the championship, and then he lost. Was in Madison Square Garden. So they was how they booked it. I was like, oh, that's genius. They could have it stretch long-term story booking all the way to Survivor Series where Cody would finally be able to finish his story, not have it at WrestleMania and stuff like that. But I mean, they changed course. The fans didn't like it. You know, we want Cody was trending worldwide on Twitter for like a month. So we're gonna see. Now, with the World Heavyweight Championship, Drew McIntyre, I want Drew McIntyre to win. He deserves to win it because he won the WWE Championship at WrestleMania, 36, and no crowd.
Right.
Now,
that was rough.
Gunther,
that was rough for him.
Yeah, that was rough. Dude, that shit, bro. I got memories from that WrestleMania. Oh my God.
Because
with everything, just
COVID. Right?
Yeah, I've been to WrestleMania 30 and 34, both of the WrestleManias in New Orleans. I was at the WrestleMania where Undertaker's streak got snapped. April 6, 2014. Bro. That was 10 years ago. Wow, I was still in the Army.
So yeah, I kind of want to discuss that, bro, because we hopefully will have you as a reoccurring guy, you know, that comes on whenever you want to come on, Tyrone. You're welcome on. You ought to know. But yeah, your background, you served our country. You were, brother, stop it. My dog's going crazy. You stop that, pug. you calm down. No, so like you served our country, bro. I want to salute you for that, bro. I always was taught to always thank our soldiers. I really appreciate your service, bro. So like your background, you're a huge wrestling fan. You're from New Orleans. Yeah, man. You're in Las Vegas now.
Yeah, NOLA Vegas. That's what the name of it's got NOLA Vegas stream on here. I'm trying to learn how to do this because New Orleans and Vegas, to me, especially for me being from New Orleans, I could see some similarities between the two. You know, New Orleans is like a baby version of Vegas. I say it like this: New Orleans is basic cable. Vegas is like digital cable. Like, you know, so many different fucking things to do, so many different groups of people. New Orleans is just much more wholesome hospitality, you know, tourism, you know. But yeah, man, I've been watching wrestling since I was 10 years old. My grandpa actually got me into it. You know, wrestling has been like a really, really significant piece of my life. Like, you know, like a lot of the certain events in my life, I could really like parry it off of like a storyline that I've seen on wrestling, like, you know, just my whole inception and, you know, from adoption to, you know, me liking wrestling to middle school to high school, college, army, you know. This, bro, my life is one big fucking story, dog. But that's what I hope to really share with you guys, you know, be on here. You know, I would love that, you know, and it's fucking awesome that you guys are doing a podcast. And like I said on the phone, this will actually inspire me to like, hey, just do it, dude.
You know, bro,
but
like,
yeah, bro.
You have such a strong outlook on wrestling, I feel like, and I feel like your opinion matters, bro. Like, you've been watching this for so long. You kind of have, like how we said, we fantasy booked something that happened like shortly after we talked about it, man. And we actually talked about it earlier.
Right then and there.
Yeah, it was right then and there. So, real quick, I mean, do you know these Chris Statlander, Willow Nightingale, Sky Blue, Julia Hart? You know those ladies? He's like, who?
I know this guy. I know those two. Yeah. Who is that dude in the background? I'm going to watch AEW Revolution, man. I be trying to watch it though, but like, bro, I like do it because I don't have cable. So like, you know, it's like, dude, like it's at the point now I've learned, like I never thought it'd get to this. It's kind of like how I feel about physical media and digital media. Like, just like with my outlook on wrestling and how we're like, you know, reflects reality. Like there was a time where like, oh, busing home to get to Monday Night Raw and WCW, I was flipping through the channels. Now we got YouTube, and you know we could just, you know, watch the clips and stuff like that. But like AEW is just, I don't know. It started off so fucking strong, and how I knew this shit, they used to play it in the bar that I used to go to in Canada, Lake Town. And I remember, is that wrestling in a bar? And true story, 2015. Now see, you know I'm a bar guy.
You're breaking up a little bit there, my man.
So it shows that hogs and have this. So I used to manager and bartender me and everything. It got to the point Hell in a Cell 2015. Hell in a Cell 2015 happened. And this was the one where Alberto Del Rio came back and beat John Cena for the U.S. Championship. And I remember this vividly. I had got I was in because it's a sports bar. They're normally playing football and basketball or what have you. But I'm such a wrestling fan, and what made it even better was the bartender. And shout out to my homegirl Nicole. She was in love with Roman Reigns, and I think he was main evented that night or something like that. So it was an incentive that in Louisiana way before, like, you know, what I come to know now in the Nerd Bar. Another thing with that. Oh shit! I just lost my train of thought. Yeah. So yeah, we are
breaking up, Tyrone.
Yeah, Tyrone, you're breaking up quite a bit.
Revolution at home because not wrestling's big in Louisiana. Oh my God, it's my connection. I'm connected to my Wi-Fi.
It's okay. You're breaking up a lot, but
it happens.
It happens, bro. We
got this struggled.
We went through our beginning stages. Yeah. So we're gonna go through these matches here.
I should have heard
Tyrone.
That was me on the Royal Hawaiian show, man.
Yeah, you remind me of two
this is
on
crazy.
The Royal Hawaiian show.
It happens.
It's okay, Tyrone. We're gonna go through some of these matches while your Wi-Fi.
Hang tight, bud.
We got FTR and John Moxley versus
I think it's because they got
Cesaro.
so
Tombstone, what
much
do you
different
got?
shit.
What's your pick?
Yeah, I think it's because they got so many different shit hooked up.
Moxley's gonna win, or I don't know. I bet you they get. Now, are there rules in this match?
Bro, this is AEW. There are no rules when it comes to tag team matches.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
I bet you Moxley, and I bet you.
Yeah,
Moxley
AEW has
wins.
AEW is really great with their tag
I would love
team.
to see. I think this is going to be very hard hitting.
I would love to see this one.
Entertaining
Yeah,
tag match.
Moxley and you got Claudio.
Oh yeah,
AEW's tag team matches are great.
They are really good.
So what is this, Jericho?
Also,
we
got the All-Star 8-man scramble. As of right now, we have Chris Jericho, Powerhouse Hobbs. We have Hook,
Brian Cage,
the FTF champion, or FTW champion, Brian Cage, Lance Archer, Warlord, and what's this guy's name? Magnus? And then a mystery opponent,
Brian Cage, Magnus,
yeah,
and Warlord. And it looks like they got a mysterious. And it looks like they still ain't got nobody.
You telling me Hook is
I see 7 people. It's a mystery opponent.
Yeah, so Hook, Tombstone's wondering,
Yeah.
is that Taz's son? Tyrone, do you believe that Hook is Taz's son?
Yes, that.
He believes
I believe it. I mean, I think it. He might. I think it is because I've known that much. Hook is supposed to be Taz's son. I think it is. I mean, hey, look, there's no problem with looking it up for Google. You heard me?
Right. I feel that. Okay.
I'd love to see Brian Cage win that personally.
1999, 24. I mean, yeah. What title? Where he's currently established father. I think it's just for story.
No, I think the winner of this match, Tyrone, they get an opportunity, I believe, for the belt. I don't know though, man. I don't know the rules. I just see the match. All right, next we got Christian Cage versus Daniel Garcia. Please let us know in the comments what you guys all think. Please like and subscribe on YouTube.
I have been paying attention. Yes.
Tombstone, what is your pick for Christian Cage versus Daniel Garcia?
I think Cage will hang on to it.
Yeah. Kind of like what Tyrone was
Cage
saying. What happened to Edge?
He's been doing amazing fucking work, by the way. I've been peeping out Christian Cage and him and the whole Adam Copeland storyline. That was a really good high point for me, you know.
Did you go check out the AEW when they came to Vegas?
Tyrone.
No, I didn't get a chance to. Like, the thing is, I work Sundays, and by the time I get off of work, I get off of work at like 7:30, 8 o'clock. The shows be going on and everything. But I would love to go to an AEW show. Samoa Joe. Hell yeah. Now, Swerve Strickland. Kingman Adam Page.
Talk to me, Tyrone. What's going to happen in this match?
Joe going to keep the belt, bro. He got to keep the belt. I got mine on Joe. You hear me?
Yeah. So I
got mine on Joe. You feel me?
Because fucking Joe,
Joe
keeps the belt.
That should be a good one, man. Orange Cassidy versus Roderick Strong.
Roderick Strong.
Roderick Strong, yeah.
I don't know. Orange Cassidy never gets old, bro.
Roderick Strong is your pick on that, Tyrone?
That's the dude that he's fight with his hands in his pockets. I like his wrestling stuff.
That's a guy that really has got himself over, man. Orange Cassidy. I mean, I'm telling you, dude, like, I went to go watch the AEW Collision, and everyone just got real excited during Orange Cassidy's match. You hear the people in the crowd. There's still people to this day that don't know what's going on. They're still not in on the joke. So they're just like watching, like, what is this? What's going on? Like, you can hear the crowd just like getting excited over this.
I never thought it would last as long as it has. Never.
Right?
If you asked me 5 years ago if he'd still be wrestling with his hands in his pockets and shit, I'd have said, "Fuck no!" I thought he was going to be a big flash in the pan, and I was wrong.
You
He's
make a good
over
point
like
there.
Over.
Yeah, you make a really good point.
He had a great match. He had a great match. Oh my god! I watched. It was, I think, maybe 2 pay-per-views ago. He was wrestling somebody, and that match was fucking brutal. I think he had won that belt.
Skills.
Yeah, because when I first saw him, I was like, man, who is this dude wrestling with his hands in his pockets? How does that work? You know. But hey, look, he's fucking fire.
I didn't think he'd still be rolling.
Oh,
like
Eddie Kingston, that's my fucking dude, bro. And Bryan Danielson, Eddie Kingston, my fucking dude, son. What is he, the Continental Crown champion? Goddamn, that should be a good match right there.
I guess I heard Tony Schiavone say that if Eddie loses, he has to shake Bryan's hand or something like that. You know what I mean? You know it's gonna be
weird shit,
hard hitting.
It's gonna be some crazy shit. It starts at 5 p.m. So boom.
Well, I'll
be at work for the first 2 hours.
I'm pay-per-view, so you're more than welcome to come over here and check it out, bro. If you want, anytime you come over and check it out.
Tune into the reaction.
Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah. All right,
I'm gonna be tuning in definitely because this looks like it's gonna be shaping up to be a really decent pay-per-view.
No, watch it. I can't live stream at the same time though. I gotta do it on my computer, on my side.
Oh, wait, sorry. Before we get to that, we got Tony Storm.
Sting's last match.
No, not yet. I know
what that is.
My bad. We got Tony Storm, bro.
I love the timeless Tony Storm character.
Let us know in the comments. I mean, bro.
I think she's awesome.
Amazing,
the
bro.
Whole gimmick's kick ass, and she does it well.
When I went and watched it live, when I went to AEW recently, and I was right there, bro, right by the hard cam, and I'm watching Tony have a match. Her match, bro, was so captivating, bro. And then the promo that she cut after this match. She cut this promo, dude, where she's laying in the ring, laying face, on her back, looking up at the ceiling. And she's not even looking at the audience. It was such a different promo that as a guy that loves cutting promos, bro, I was intrigued, bro. I'm all about Tony Storm. Hopefully she keeps the belt for a long time. I need to ask you about this, Tyrone.
Another hard-hitting one here.
I know who Ospreay is. The hottest freaking. Wasn't he one of the hottest free agents?
Let's talk about this. I'm going to take that screen off real quick. Wait. I got to ask you about this real quick. Okay. Before we go to that, before we go back to this, Will Ospreay, Tyrone. Did you see how he came? He just got introduced. He's all elite now. Did you watch the clip? By any chance, you didn't watch the clip? You saw he's in this jumpsuit. He's in this like green jumpsuit, bro, and it's like, I don't know, man. If it's my very first
jail jumpsuit.
You talk about Will Ospreay.
Yeah. It was very interesting. I don't know. Go check it out. So back to the point.
I'm gonna definitely check
badass. It out. I dig him.
Yeah, I think Will probably win that match, of course.
These have been good matches. All of them look great.
And I think that it's time for the main event,
This match card looks pretty fucking sick, dude.
Yeah.
It's gonna be strong. We have the main event, guys. What the whole show is revolved around tonight. Sting's final match. Darby Allen and Sting versus Matthew and Nicholas Jackson, the AEW EVPs. I think it's very interesting that they actually put AEW EVPs. That to me is, I don't know, that just seems odd. Yeah, like you would never see Darby Allen and Sting versus Shane and Mr. McMahon, WWE owner, and you know what I mean? Like it's odd.
WWE owner and it's weird. Now this is a one. I want to see Sting win his final match. Right. Because if this is his final match, all I'm thinking back is how WWE did him in 2015. Bro. We've been clamoring for Sting to come to WWE since 2001. Because with that booking in 2015, it should have been Sting and The Undertaker at WrestleMania.
Even if it would have been
What?
Undertaker,
You
Sting,
finally
and
get
Bray
Sting
Wyatt.
to come back, and
That shit all should
then
have been
you could have gave him a WWE.
Ago.
If you're not familiar, at WrestleMania, it was the one in San Francisco. Me and Amber went to it because Rikishi got inducted into the Hall of Fame that year. Sting had a
31.
match, Tombstone, with Triple H.
It was
at
31.
WrestleMania. And it was a 31. And they basically, kind of buried Sting a little bit. Of course, Triple H won the match. They had the NWO come out.
Yep.
WWE didn't use Sting in the best way. And of course, he had his issues with his match with Seth Rollins and whatnot. But
my honest theory with that, if I could banter off of that,
please.
My honest theory with that is Vince McMahon has some problem with Sting. Sting did not like Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
Sting did not like Vince McMahon, and it showed how they was booking him all through 2014 when he came back to Survivor Series. But after that, you got him coming back. He's barely on TV and stuff like that. And then WrestleMania, instead of having him fight the Undertaker, like that would have made much more sense on paper. You had him fight Triple H. That was a selfish move on Triple H's part, I think. Then later on, you could have gave him a WWE title run. So when Seth Rollins had won the champ, and then he gets hurt. And then that's when he got injured because it was at Night of Champions 2015. Sting had a match against Seth Rollins. He had to rest. I think Seth Rollins had to wrestle twice that night. And Sting got hurt. He had hurt his back on an announce table when Seth did a power bomb or something.
He did the buckle
along
bomb.
those lines. And that's when Sting had left the WWE because he was gone after 2015.
For me, way back when McMahon ended up buying WCW, in my eyes, I felt like Sting should have been one of the main characters that joined up in the WWE right there and then. And that's probably when it would have been a good time for him to be taking on the Undertaker.
Yeah, exactly.
It seemed like him and Goldberg, I don't know if it was contract issues or what.
Right, because they both were very young and healthy. Yeah.
They stayed out of it, and they were the biggest stars.
Exactly.
Dude, so what do you think would have happened? Let's just be super marks right now. What if Tony Khan would have
Sting had
What if Tony Khan would have went to Mr. Taker and been like,
Fantasy
hey, here's $10 million, Taker. Please, let's have Sting versus Taker at AEW. Imagine Tony Khan saying, hey, here's 10 million, Taker. Let's have one match with Sting. I mean, my goodness. I mean, that really would have been the ultimate match, Sean, was Sting versus Taker. Every wrestling fan wanted to see that. No, absolutely insane.
Oh my God!
It should have been in 2002.
I don't really see that really much happening because Sting and Undertaker are wrestling purists. Yeah, because you got to think about it. Sting is also a man of integrity. Also, there was probably some bullshit that was going on with the contracts back then.
Right.
Because if you remember, let's go back in time. Let's go back to 2001. A lot of
Let's do it.
Kevin Nash, why we didn't have the NWO and all of that earlier, because they were riding out the contracts that they had with Time Warner. You see what I'm saying?
They buried them when they came back into the pot, too.
And and on top of that,
Booker
T you gotta add that. You
gotta add that.
So they buried the NWO when they came back, and NWO was possibly one of the most infamous. Wait,
man. Losing the mic again, bro.
Choppy is a motherfucker. It's okay though. I'm sorry, Tyrone. Your internet is super choppy right now, my man. But we really appreciate you being with us. We have Edward saying Taker versus Sting. I agree. That's the level I'm talking about. I hear you, Otto. I'm telling you, man, that would have been cool. Vince didn't sign good people when he should have. Yeah, there was a lot of people Vince probably could have signed that he didn't, or even,
Like I say, Booker T was really the only one out of all the WCW boys, it seemed like to me. I guess the Giant, too. Paul White went quite a ways in the WWE, but for the most part,
Yep. There's a lot, and it all of this plays out. All of this plays out when Vince McMahon is going through this lawsuit. This is years of karma of not signing, putting over talent, years of like diminishing the women's department, years of not paying attention to your mid-carders, years of not putting over the guys that should have been put over. All of this is karma coming back tenfold. If you really pay attention to the landscape of WWE right now, The Rock comes at,
I know, man. That Rock
That's just my take on it.
I know, man. The Rock coming back, and even last night, it was SmackDown in Glendale, Arizona. I mean, my goodness, bro. That was a big.
And he trademarks his name, and he gets to trademark his name. Wow!
Right?
He cut a promo.
It was. Yeah, man. That was intense. And the Rock had. Were you able to go check out the press conference by any chance?
No, I was at the DMV that day.
Gotcha.
I was actually at the. I watched the press conference. I watched it live, but I was at the DMV that day. Oh my God.
Oh, Edward says CM Punk, LOL. I don't know what to think. Bro, there's nothing to think about it, man. He got hurt. He's going to come back. And you know what? I think timing is everything in this situation. CM Punk's going to come back for next year's WrestleMania, and it's going to mean that much more. And, it is what it is, man. It's all about longevity. And I hope nothing but,
What was his injury again? Is it a rotator cuff? What?
Yeah, let us know what you guys know. If you know CM Punk's injury, let us know. Tyrone, do you know? Tyrone's working on his Wi-Fi right now, folks. We don't hear you, Tyrone, but it's okay. We're gonna work it all out. You're muted yourself.
I've been there, buddy.
You gotta unmute. Yeah. You gotta unmute it, brother. You gotta hit the unmute button. Oh gosh, it's okay, Tyrone. It's all right.
I'm gonna hit it for him. Boom.
There it is, Tyrone. You're back.
How we doing,
bro?
We're doing great, man.
Okay. Now I'm
what
back.
Was that last CM Punk comment?
How am I coming in now?
The last.
Catch up on these comments here.
CM Punk.
I don't know what to think.
I don't know what to think. What do you think? What was his injury for CM Punk?
Okay, that is an interesting one.
Talk to us. You sound way better now.
He torn his tricep.
Okay.
He torn his tricep.
Okay. Ouch.
At the
so that's going to take a little bit.
Drew McIntyre hit him with that Future Shock DDT, fucked up his arm. So he's legitimately
injured. Did he detach it? Detach it even? Yikes.
Yeah.
He is good at that, getting hurt.
So, because
I mean, Edward, you gotta say,
he fucked up. Yeah.
You can't say he's good at getting hurt, bro. That's not necessarily the case. I think it's just, dude, like everybody has a body that works differently. No bodies are the same. You know what I mean? Tombstone, can you kind of chime in on that thought, that theory of he's good at getting hurt?
I mean, he's getting up there in age too, but shit happens.
Not even that much. He's not that old,
especially in the wrestling ring. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, CM Punk's like, what, 45?
Every wrestler's probably good at getting hurt. It comes with the business.
Yeah.
I respected him for what he tried to do in MMA. I mean, he got his ass kicked. And it kind of shows, that there's levels to everything. But, man, that dude gave it all. He gave it his all.
He gave it all for the Nikki.
CM Punk, yes.
Yeah.
Especially his little run in AEW was pretty fire,
Right? I cannot wait for CM Punk to return.
I was watching AEW more when he was there. That rivalry with him and MJF.
Yeah.
Oh, Otto, WrestleMania 41 is going to be in Vegas next year. Just be on the lookout for it. I'm going to attend my third WrestleMania. I'm going to call it right. I'm calling it today.
Keep going.
WrestleMania 41 will be in Las Vegas in the Legion Stadium, and I'm going to be there.
So tell me how
I
you
am
know
going.
this
This is going to be my I'm
breaking
calling it
news.
now. CM Punk coming back. He gonna win the Royal Rumble.
We got breaking news
man,
right
it's just
now,
a hunch.
folks.
Like I say, wrestling to me, like I could just see just a pattern.
So where'd you get this
Call it. I
information
mark
from?
it in the tree. WrestleMania 41 is gonna be in the Legion Stadium next year.
Okay.
Calling it
And
right
I
down the
kind of
line.
had that
And I'm gonna
hunch
be here,
too.
and I'm gonna be at. It's gonna be my third WrestleMania. I've gone to 2 already.
But how do you know this,
Yeah.
Tyrone? How do you know?
You just feel it in your soul,
This
buddy.
is how I
How do
clearly
you know?
Because not only just that, but for some reason, I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why I got this hunch. Because next year is a very interesting year in my timeline. Because next year is going to be the 20th year anniversary of Hurricane Katrina. The Super Bowl is going to be in New Orleans next year. So it seems like it'll go right into that theme of wild shit that happen in 2025. You see what I'm saying?
So why would they not have
WrestleMania,
it in New Orleans?
CM Punk's
Why would
probably
not
come back.
WrestleMania 41
Probably
be
gonna
in
come
New
back.
Orleans?
I don't know. If anything, I don't know. It just don't seem like it would be the right time because you got Super Bowl and Mardi Gras all happening at one time. I don't know, because it's like this. I'm gonna tell you why. Because there's never been a WrestleMania and the Super Bowl in New Orleans at the same time. There's never been. You see, New Orleans WrestleMania was the first time. WrestleMania 30 was the first time WrestleMania was in New Orleans. You know, the Super Bowl 2014 was somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they would have a Super Bowl and WrestleMania. And it's just a weird theory that I have, but it's just a weird theory that I got, but I got a hunch. WrestleMania is going to be in Vegas. It makes more sense. Like you could
It's
freaking just from the art design of what
I get it.
Taglines you can have. Yeah, they just had the Super Bowl, and think about that. It brought in so many numbers to Vegas. And look, SummerSlam did very well in Vegas when it was out here in 2021. You see what I'm saying? When it was in the Legion Stadium. That was a SummerSlam. I think Brock Lesnar came back.
Yeah, he came back during the main event.
Had lost to Roman Reigns. Yep, that was.
Yeah.
So it was a big draw. Wrestling is I think wrestling's really big out here. Y'all put me on game. I didn't know there was so many different wrestling promotions out here.
So speaking of that real quick before we kind of finish this podcast up.
And this is all coming from my sisters used to say, don't nobody like wrestling. You better chill.
Before we finish this podcast up tonight.
Yeah, man. That's my prediction. WrestleMania.
Who are some guys that you see here in Vegas besides, like, obviously, like, I don't want you to say anyone that that we know. Do you know about promotions out here? Do you check out the Future Stars of Wrestling? Do you check out Pride Style and all these different shows, or no?
I'm just starting to get into all of these different shows because I was Dark Arts with you guys for a minute, but
you haven't had a chance to go check out some
more of that, especially as this keeps going. I hope to be more regular. Maybe I get my internet straight, and
right.
And we're gonna get more into it. I'm looking forward to this, man. Like, it's kind of like, it's exciting. When you gave me the call, when you sent me the message, I was like, wait, what? What? And I was literally talking about this before I came home. I was like, well, this is going to get me at least more comfortable in front of the camera. So when I start doing mine, homies just say, dude, you just got to do it. So here I am, man. It's an honor to be here. It's an honor to know YouTube.
We're live right now. We're live on Facebook.
Yes.
Under Autobahn.
Yes.
We're live under the Tombstone Jesus platform. We are live on YouTube. That's right, YouTube. Please like and subscribe on the Autobahn Clutch You Ought to Know page. Kinsey, what is going on? Tombstone Jesus. We have Kinsey here. It's great to see her in the podcast.
That's my beautiful daughter.
She's awesome, bro. She's a sweetheart.
Love you, Kens.
Hello, Kenzie.
Seeing you guys
How are you?
soon.
You got an awesome father. Tombstone's a cool man. Let's see. I need to go to another WrestleMania, bro. You sure
yeah,
do,
man.
man.
We all do.
We got. He's
And
at
be
the
in
highest
Vegas.
level. So
Hey, look,
restrictions are-
WrestleMania 41 gonna be.
Yeah, I honestly during the WrestleMania press conference, I thought they were going to announce that WrestleMania was going to be in Vegas. Considering the press conference was here in
That
Vegas,
was at Vegas, yeah.
Right.
I mean, look
that's
how
what I
big
thought
that
was going to
was.
happen. It didn't happen. So
How about this? How about I put money on it? You know, every WrestleMania they always cut a promo to when the next WrestleMania is going to be. I promise you. Watch WrestleMania 40 this year. I promise you, they're gonna announce it in fucking Vegas. And on that note, then I'll be like, you know what? I'm going to WrestleMania in Las motherfucking Vegas. I just feel it in my soul, dude. Oh my god. Dude, WrestleMania. Watch because you know every year at WrestleMania they always announce the next year show at WrestleMania on the night of WrestleMania. Maybe it's night 1 or night 2, but they always announce it. So saddle up. WrestleMania gonna be coming to Vegas, baby. And CM Punk, I think they're gonna have him. I think he's not gonna. I think he might come back. He might come back at the end of the year, but I would have him win the Royal Rumble
next year.
I would have him win the Royal Rumble and then face off against Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. Oh my God. The booking says it. We just fantasy booked it, Otto. We just did it again.
We already did it again, folks.
WrestleMania ain't even here. I'm already thinking about next year.
Bro, so like speaking of that real quick, I know we're kind of going long, but who cares? We're all having a good time. If you're good, Tombstone, for another 15 minutes, we'll go for another 15. I'm surprised they haven't announced the Hall of Fame yet. That's kind of like they haven't announced any inductees. Usually by this time we get at least one.
No, that's kind of weird.
WrestleMania
I saw somebody was running up for that. I'm trying to think who it was.
I heard that they were going to possibly have like an ECW theme, but I feel like that's just a wrestling rumor that has gone around. So now everyone's saying, oh, it's in Philadelphia. It's a ECW themed. But let's just say real quick, starting with Tombstone, we'll try to make this like a rapid fire thing. And then if the audience, please say in the comments, Tombstone, if you were going to say we have 4 inductees for this year's Hall of Fame and it's all ECW folks, who are your 4 nominees for this year's Hall of Fame, Tombstone? All ECW.
Taz. Rob Van Dam.
Yep.
Sabu.
Yep.
And the Sandman.
There it is. Tyrone, who would be your 4 picks if it was ECW related?
Go, brother.
Oh, on me? Yeah, easily. For me, Rob Van Dam, Tommy Dreamer, Sabu. I talk to Sabu every other day, and I'm like, dude, you deserve to be in the Hall of fucking Fame, bro.
Damn right.
Yeah. And my final one, I would have to say, Gangsta New Jack, bro. I'm gonna throw that
one. For real, bro.
WWE was bold to give Gangsta New Jack the Hall of Fame.
Serious, dude. New Jack, bro. That's a character. That's a man that hopefully his legacy will live forever, bro, because I hope our great-great-grandkids will be talking about New Jack, bro, as a legend, like how we talk about Andre or we talk about, Gorgeous George.
When he passed, I was working with MK doing the Tombstone Judas thing, and MK gave me a freaking New Jack shirt. We wore it on the TV show.
Wow. Knowing MK, did he take his shirt back?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, it was just to wear for the thing. I didn't keep the shirt. If I asked him to keep it, I could have. So yeah, we did it real cool. We did a little tribute. It was fun being a heel and doing a tribute with MK.
Yeah, if I had to put my quick 4 picks for the ECW Hall of Fame, I would have to give it up for Sabu, Rob Van Dam, Tommy Dreamer, and Shane Douglas. I would think.
Yeah, I mean, it's
but New Jack,
dude. I agree. It'd
Paul,
be fun
there's
to come
so
up
many,
with
dude.
10 names.
You know, you can't. And speaking of Hall of Fames, I feel like Sting has left such a good impression.
I want to give a shout out to Paul Heyman too, because
talk about Paul Heyman real quick. What's up?
Yeah,
what I was about to say, because when Gates New Jack died, I remember Paul Heyman. If you go on YouTube,
on the top,
he did that shout out on but Paul Heyman shouted out Gangsta New Jack on WWE on Smack Talk. I think there's a clip of it. You know when they had this show. So shout out to that. And on top of that, if you watch Gangsta New Jack, see he's got an interview with Vlad TV. Oh my fucking God, this dude, bruh. I felt like I learned more about this dude's personal life outside of the wrestling. How he almost he talked about how he wanted to kill one of the wrestlers or something like that, because I think it was a spot where he had to jump off the table, and how he described it, he threw him off. I forgot who he was wrestling, but he said he threw him off. He was supposed to hit the table, but he hit the table a certain type of way. He tried to kill him. Gangsta New Jack is a character in itself. He don't like Vince McMahon. Check it out. If y'all get a chance, check out that interview with Gangsta New Jack on Vlad TV, bro. It's some crazy shit.
You know who else I might have to put up on there is Al Snow. Man, Al Snow was so over at ECW when he was doing that head gimmick. Definitely one of my favorite ECW wrestlers.
Al Snow was super over with that head gimmick, bro.
Remember when they'd all bring the heads and throw them in the ring? There'd be like 300 styrofoam heads from the fans. Badass.
What does everybody need?
Dude, he was so good with that character too, and just the voices and talking to the head, putting it in the corner, and that shit was great. I never thought that was someone else. I didn't think the WWE did as much as they should have with was Al Snow's head character.
Yeah, but if you got to think in hindsight, bro, I mean, they did do a lot with him. They made him a trainer for Tough Enough, and he had a really important role. You know what I mean? His role with that Tough Enough crew was they're putting everything on that guy. I couldn't imagine being a trainer for WWE Tough Enough in 2001. Like, WWE is such a massive entity. Like, oh my gosh, like you are the head trainer for the future, stars. That's a big
training deal. That's great, and that says everything for Al's skills. But for me, that character, the WWE dropped the ball, because that was as over as Stone Cold was, man.
Tombstone, everything was as over as he was. If you look back at that time, you had Rikishi with the Sting face. You had the New Age Outlaws. You had Mankind. You had the Brothers of Destruction. You had Sable. You had, everybody was over at that time. Everybody had an importance. Everyone had a placement. Everyone knew their role. Everyone was over from start to finish. You go back and watch it.
Not like Steve Austin, though, bro. When his glass used to break, trust me, it was a little different inside those arenas.
Yes, but at the same time, during the Attitude Era.
I'm 50 with that. There was a lot of talent.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I agree. Otto's
just
point, I
overflow
agree,
with talent. Mid-Carders.
But no one
you had
was
your main guys, which Undertaker.
Al Snow was damn close to it.
Rock
in ECW.
And stuff like that. And then you had your undercard. I didn't hear anything that y'all said. God damn.
Now he's muted. Huh?
Wait.
Can't hear you.
What is going on?
He muted me, so I muted him.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
Stupid, man.
Hey, so I'm sitting there and it just tells me the host has muted your mic. That shit was funny.
We got Heyman. That's his 4 picks, 5 picks, whatever it is. We love your picks.
Heyman, Sabu, Tommy Dreamer, RBD. Hell yeah.
Absolutely. We got Edward saying Tombstone. Y'all got the same 4 as I thought, but New Jack is a dude above so many. That's right, bro. He was at WrestleMania 2 to see Ozzy Osbourne as much as the wrestling. You were literally at WrestleMania number 2?
Dude.
Ozzy was there with Black Sabbath?
Mania.
So badass.
I'm confused. What WrestleMania was that? My gosh.
No, that's like 1986. We're born yet.
Too. I don't know if Ozzy was at that one or not. We'll have to let him calm in.
Edward, bro, we really appreciate you fucking commenting all night. Hey, y'all, it's a pleasure, but it's my son's bedtime. But instead, we're going to watch an 80s movie because it's Saturday night time for a horror flick. Have a great night, and as always, up the irons. You know it, bro. Tombstone, we've been working out. We're getting ready, bro, for the future. Tombstone Jesus and Otto Von Clutch will be at the ring near you soon. Let's see here.
Necks and cash and checks, baby.
So Homeboy's saying he was at WrestleMania 2.
Yeah, and Ozzy was at that WrestleMania.
Was that at the Trump Towers, or was that the one that was at Trump Towers and also at like a few other locations?
Trump Towers was WrestleMania 9, I think. Trump Towers.
I think at WrestleMania 2 it was broadcast.
Let us know where 2 was, because I'm trying to think.
No, WrestleMania 2 was broadcast, I believe, in multiple outlets.
Oh,
it was
wasn't WrestleMania. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. It was broadcasted. Yeah, that's right.
So I saw the Warrior. I think
they did one in Chicago and one in LA or something like that. Something weird.
I saw that WrestleMania in Salt Lake on a big closed caption movie screen. Hogan versus the Warrior, whichever WrestleMania that was.
That was fun, bro. That was a good WrestleMania. Even as I don't like a lot of the old stuff.
It was.
Talk to me.
It was.
Which one?
WrestleMania 2 was held at the Nassau Veterans Memorial Coliseum in Uniondale, New York. WrestleMania 2. It was broadcast. It was the event took place on April 7th, making the only WrestleMania that was not held on a traditional Sunday. The event took place in 3 venues simultaneously: the Nassau Veterans Memorial Coliseum in Uniondale, New York, the Rosemont Horizon in Chicago, and the suburb and the other one in Los Angeles. So
I remember that.
It was broadcast WrestleMania, one in Chicago and one in LA.
There it is, bro. You heard it here first.
I thought there was even live wrestling in all 3 places.
There was. Tombstone. There was. Well, Tyrone, bro, I really appreciate you coming on tonight, bro.
That was the only one that they syndicated. They had it in 3 different places, which was weird. They talk about it in the History of WrestleMania documentary. When I was growing up, I bought a lot of WWE DVDs when I was a kid, dude.
What was the main event on WrestleMania 2?
The main event for WrestleMania 2, off the top of my head,
the main event
probably was Hulk. Let's see, WrestleMania 2.
Hulk Hogan versus King Kong Bundy.
T back? Is that when he fought Rowdy Piper and shit?
Dang, we got a new viewer coming in.
That was WrestleMania 1. WrestleMania 2, the main event was Hulk Hogan.
That's my sister cousin.
It's my sister cousin right there.
She's the best.
Okay.
Love you, Heidi.
Thank you, Heidi, for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Badass.
Yeah. The main event of that WrestleMania.
Yeah.
The main. Oh shit! I'm sorry. The main event was Hulk Hogan versus King Kong Bundy in the steel cage match. That was the main event for WrestleMania 2.
No shit. I would have never guessed that. Love you, Heidi. I would have never guessed it was Bundy and Hogan in a steel cage. That's one that kind of slipped through the cracks a little bit, you know.
Slipped under the radar.
Little bit.
Yeah.
It definitely
No
did a
one
little
really
slipping,
remembers
bro.
WrestleMania 2 for any significance. It's 1 and 3, and then everything after that, I guess.
Right. That's what I was thinking too. It's 1 and 3.
Tombstone, were you aware that WrestleMania was in Las
One.
Vegas back in the day over here at the Caesars Palace? Like, where were you living during that time?
I was not even aware of that one.
So when did you start really watching wrestling? Like, were you like 13?
Oh, I watched the first WrestleMania. I watched them all. I just never really paid attention to where they were at because I'm still 12 years old.
Yeah.
So if it came to Salt Lake, by God, I would have been there, you know. But other than that, man, I'm just a junior high school fan, you know.
No, I feel you. I feel you for sure. That's good. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. We'll get to these questions real quick, and then I think we'll call it a night, guys. Hogan versus Bundy. That's right, bro.
There we
That
go.
was the
Sean
main
remembers
event.
it well.
That was awesome. That was a fun one, bro. And the cage was all blue.
Yeah,
it was
Sean
a blue
was at
cage.
that WrestleMania.
I don't know why they took away the
Shout out
cages
Sean.
with the squares.
Yeah, I don't either.
I remember there was a
Easier to climb, you'd think.
easier to climb, and personally, I think it's more
Maybe for
appealing
safety.
for the audience because they could see a little better. Easier
Yeah.
to climb, better for the cameraman. They could actually stick a fucking, their camera in the hole. And yeah, dude, like I don't get that. That was always kind of interesting to me. Why they switched the cage, but no, there
Much
was
better chain link look.
Yeah, more tough, more manly, or whatever the hell they say.
Hell yeah.
Hey, Otto.
I like the chain link look too.
Heidi, what's up?
Right.
Thank you.
I just like the Hell in the Cell.
It
I like
evolved.
the original Hell in the Cell one.
Bro, when Shane McMahon fell off that Hell in
The
the
original
Cell.
Hell in the Cell, the original Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
And for me, it was when Mick Foley had his Hell in the Cell. I mean, I watched that. Holy shit!
That was gnarly, bro. That was
dude.
gnarly.
When he come back to the ring with like his tooth in his nose.
My grandpa had ordered that King of the Ring. That's when I first really started getting into it.
Done. He comes back. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, that was pretty gnarly, dude. It really was. And kind of like the evolution of the Elimination Chamber. I mean, the Elimination Chamber, the very first one, I think, granted, steel is steel, but the first one, I think, probably was more heavy steel. It was more thicker. It was more meaner. And I even feel like with the Hell in a Cell, it kind of evolved to be even a little tougher because when Shane came off that Hell in a Cell, if you watch it back, even right now when we're done with this, go and check it out. The cage looked bigger. It looks bigger than your normal Hell in a Cell. It's not, I don't know, man. I feel like when the Shane came off that one, it was
crazy. That shit was crazy.
Yeah.
Different level, guys. But man, you know what? Thank you guys all for joining us tonight on episode 13 of You Ought to Know. I believe this is the longest episode we've ever done, but that's okay because we could talk all night. But we appreciate everyone for their comments tonight. We had a lot of comments. We appreciate that. Tyrone, thank you so much for joining us. Is there a place that people can go follow you on Instagram or on Facebook that you want to let them know about?
Go, Tyrone.
Oh, wait, me? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. My Facebook, Tyrone T. Real Andrews. T_real_504 on Instagram. The Nola Vegas, T Real Nola Vegas on YouTube. Subscribe, show me some support, looking forward to really getting into this. Maybe by next episode, my internet will be stable enough and I get everything going. But it's an honor to be on here with y'all. Oh my God, it's an honor knowing y'all. And I look forward to the future, man.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight, Tyrone. We really appreciate you, bro. Guys, go give Tyrone a follow. Tyrone, we will see you soon, bro.
Thank y'all for
I'll
having
be
me.
in contact with you soon, my man. Thank you so much for coming on.
Yes.
So Tombstone, that was awesome having Tyrone on.
Hell
He brought
yeah.
a lot of excitement onto the show. Gave us a little bit of extra time just to keep talking about things in a different perspective. Apologize to all the viewers that were watching, tuning in. I know it was a little choppy, but we will definitely work on everything because on this podcast, we're trying to improve every week. This week we have new 1080p. So hopefully the quality of the quality for you guys on YouTube will be a lot better. I know on Facebook it doesn't allow it, but on YouTube it will be higher quality. Sean, you guys, you rocked it. Thank you, bro. Sean, we appreciate you. Best of luck to you moving to Oregon, starting wrestling school out there, man. Really interested in knowing what school you pick, so please let us know. Mike, guys, you rock it again. Yeah, thank you, man. We did rock it again. We're going to come back. I'm going to reach out. We have new guests coming on. I don't even want to say their names, but I do have a list of guests that are coming back on. I've reached out. I'm going to do a little bit more work to get them to come back on, and we'll see what's going on. But next week, we will definitely have a new guest. Kinsey, we love you so much. Thank you so much for joining us. You're an awesome human being. Yes, Tombstone. Bro.
I'll tell you what, I'm looking forward to the guests coming up. Everybody out there, just keep your eyes open for that notification.
Yes, please like and subscribe. How Tombstone was just pointing out. We appreciate you guys joining us on YouTube, Facebook. You guys are all here. I see we have the numbers in the chat. We're already at 15. Thank you guys so much for being here. We're going to keep pushing every week. Going to definitely interview some more female wrestlers. We have some entertainers we're going to interview. Hopefully some people that are in bands we'll be interviewing. If you want to be on the show, please let us know. We would love to interview you. You know what I mean? We're all about talking to anybody and everybody and really just staying focused on the project here, and that is having fun with you guys and appreciating the fans because we're here for the fans. So once again, my name is Otto Von Gosh. That is O-double-T-O. That is my father, Tombstone Jesus. And tonight was episode 13 of You Oughta Know. And we appreciate you guys for joining us. And we will be back. I promise we'll be back sooner than later. Who knows? Maybe tomorrow night for a little watch along. Yeah,
watch along tomorrow night.
Yeah, we will talk about it, baby.
All right.